true. Welcome everyone. I am just as surprised as you by this sudden turn of the events. Here I am, Radix, Lecti, casting the next match in a round of 8 between Goongoon versus LordRaphael. I am terribly sorry to say that I am hopefully unprepared, so I don't even know which map is first, but I am able to say that in the eastern corner we have red Goongoon as probably one of his strongest civs, Aztec, and to the west we have LordRaphael as Aztec as well. Now you may have caught LordRaphael playing a few Aztec games lately, so well, it makes totally sense now for him to play Aztecs, I think. We have, I think, a free fire pit, and both players have put the warrior priest dancing on the probably on the XP. And we have a little catamaran, and let me just put this into text completed. Yeah. And Raphael is already using it to scout a bit, whereas Goongoon is using it for some fishing, so for some extra food. I first have to do this. Okay, so take this off. I'm sorry, guys. I'm still doing certain things necessary for the streaming just to double check everything. 90 messages. Well, I don't know. I heard that Give You Anxiety will come and join me, so I have to join the casting channel. So I'll be right there. And of course the casting doesn't work. Shit, I have to tell them. Right, let's just quickly continue with things happening at the game right now, instead of like paying attention to Discord. We're having LordRaphael picking up a nice treasure of 80 coin. That's going to help him with his pumas and perhaps with his hunting dogs. And yes, he has researched hunting dogs, sent the 3 fields. It might be quite interesting to see whether either of the players have opted to go for some water play. I'm a big fan of water play, so let's take a look. Alright, so this is going to be one hell of a game, ladies and gentlemen. Both explorers now in LordRaphael's town, and well, I'm not going to say what exactly happened right now, but quite interestingly, LordRaphael has opted to go for something different, whereas Goongoon is still looking for some treasures over here. If they are going to do some sea play, then definitely this one, El Halcon Sinceros Lucky Farsia, which increases ship line of sight. Definitely a good treasure to get. But he's veering off back to his town center. Goongoon has 8 up. LordRaphael quickly following behind. And at this moment this is go time. Like, let's see, all villages on wood probably. Each one of them trying to get enough wood to build a war hut. Goongoon's war hut coming up. LordRaphael playing very defensively. And I'm just going to change it to units in queue because I'm just really interested to see what kind of units are going to be the first ones. I'm just guessing either one of them should do coyotes and some Massahaltin. But a puma might also be one of the possibilities. 700 wood being sent, and Goongoon has gone for the pumas. Whereas LordRaphael has gone very interestingly for the coyotes. Both have built a house, and Aztec really struggle with the wood at first, and so Goongoon has around 600 wood stashed right now, and I'm just really wondering like what he's going to do with that. Puma's coming out right now, and 5 coyotes battling it out with the tigers and the black panthers. Yeah, this is something that Goongoon shouldn't take on, because the coyotes will kill the pumas, of course. Coyotes moving in, and yeah, I think LordRaphael has scouted the pumas at this moment, and the coyotes are just veering off to the left, trying to perhaps do a sneaky raid in the back of his town. 10 Massahalten being sent by Goongoon, and I think that combination of pumas and Massahalten will be able to deal with the coyotes over here. The coyotes at the moment are pretty useless at the moment. They're just running around, being intercepted by the puma, and once he can snare them, then the Massahalten can definitely do some good damage on those coyotes. At the moment, we're seeing that more coyotes are being added. Which probably means that LordRaphael is going to opt for some heavy coyote play. And Goongoon is reacting by more coyote plays as well. So I think both players have now around, well, LordRaphael is going full coyote, and Goongoon has gone for a very 3 composition of coyotes and Massahalten. That I think would be stronger in dealing with the coyote mass. However, 10 Massahalten being sent as well, and I don't think the pumas will be able to take down this town, this war hut, because yeah, he's moving back. That's quite smart. These jaguars being sent from his big button in the town center, and this mass could definitely make a significant difference for Goongoon. All the coyotes being called back. Jaguar prowlers also being called from for LordRaphael. More coyotes being mixed in, and this, oh my god, just the added bonus of these coyotes and the jaguars have really enabled LordRaphael to deal with this. And Goongoon has resigned. Yeah. Quite sudden. I was actually quite thrilled and excited, and I would have wanted to have it last a bit longer. But it seems that LordRaphael's choice for coyotes were actually stronger and better in dealing with Goongoon's composition of pumas, Massahalten and coyotes. And we see that there's only a slight difference in unit counts, but LordRaphael has killed more than Goongoon. Now, I have to do something quick. I have to fix my my channel. Let's see. So I'm gonna turn myself off so that I can join Discord. test. Alright, so now my microphone is working. Right, for all of you unaware of what's going on at the moment, we're having a match between LordRaphael and Goongoon, round of 8. So it could possibly be like around 7 games, and Give You Anxiety is going to join me shortly to help me cast this game. Obviously, I'm only a first lieutenant, so I'm not fully aware of all the intricacies of the game itself, and Give You Anxiety has a far wider and better knowledge of the different strats, and especially the way higher ranks think and what to expect from them. Let me just see if they're already hosting it. Yeah, there we go.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, Give You Anxiety. What's up, mate?
What's up, man? This is a awesome series happening right now.
Exactly, huh? Let me turn you down a bit. You're awfully loud. Let's see.
Alright.
There you go. Alright,
Yeah,
Give You Anxiety. Take it away.
Alright, we're doing a lag test right here.
Are we?
Yeah. Oh, I can't click in. I got the bug.
Oh, shit. But Goongoon is from the States, isn't he?
I don't think so.
No?
Alright, I'm trying to load the map right now.
Okay. As far as I'm concerned, there wasn't any lag the last game, so the 3 of us is alright. And you have a good connection as well, don't you?
Yeah, we should be good. We'll see though.
Yeah.
We just do a quick lag test, and if hopefully they're okay with it. Yeah, I think it's weird. It's still loading for me. It says like the map's unselected.
I think you need to relog.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Tell Goongoon to... Yeah, just... Goongoon's gotta relax a little bit. I mean, you can't deny a second caster when you haven't even did a lag test. Like,
okay.
obviously, there's tons of people that wanna see a co-caster, because streams are just way better when you have 2 people casting.
Right. I'm actually leaning towards if...
Do I have to restart the game? Because it says unselected for the map for me still.
Still?
Can you rehost maybe, or...
I or him? You should
like LordRaphael might have to rehost.
Okay.
Wait, I'm good. Never mind.
Okay. Okay, that was just basically just downloading the map then.
Yeah, it was just taking a little while, I guess.
Eyes is correct. You will hear it in 2 minutes. Dear ISMK, indeed, you are supposed to pronounce it as lieutenant. So, being a stickler for the correct pronunciations, perhaps we should.
I don't know why Goongoon's being such a little baby right now. Yeah, the players can't like decide how many casters there are if they didn't do lag tests.
Yeah, so
like he can't deny a second.
Personally, I would say like, if he's so insisting on it, then let's have you. Oh no, I'm streaming.
It makes no sense that he's like not clicking
Yeah.
in right now, and he's just wasting everybody's time.
Oh. Where's he from? Ah, right. Yeah. That's my silly keyboard.
I don't know. It makes no sense that he's just like, what is this guy doing? Why is he? This makes no sense.
Let me try to negotiate with him.
What is this guy doing? Like, this makes no sense that he won't even like click in. It makes no sense. He just like trying to refuse a co-caster without testing lag.
Yes.
Alright, some people, man, so difficult for no reason.
Is it about the money? What is it about? Like,
I mean, it doesn't have anything to do with money. Like, it's not affecting his gameplay at all. Like, he's just being like super stubborn and
they're
not even
both
willing
Germany.
to.
Yeah, I mean, there's hardly any lag between the States and Europe anyway, so let's just try it.
This kid is being ridiculous, man. God.
Yeah, but let me work my German magic on him. Now I know that he's German.
Some people are just like so childish. It's like it doesn't make any sense. Like what he's trying to do.
Yeah, I totally agree. To be honest, like any tournament will involve players from all continents, so there is.
Like
He's
you
so
can't.
funny.
There's not a rule. You can't pick who your casters are.
No.
Like if there's an issue where one caster is causing a lag in the game, then yeah, you can like say we can't play with that caster, but you can't like refuse to do a lag test and like only have one caster.
Exactly, exactly. I mean, he should just at least try it.
Like, this would have all been like figured out 5 minutes ago. We could have done a lag test, and if he was like, "Hey, it's a little too laggy," then it would be back to solo casting. But like, this is just so weird.
It is becoming slightly weird, yeah. Like, I mean, at least try it. God.
Man, I don't know if he just has to control things or what, but finally, like, how does it take you that long to decide what you're doing? Alright.
Let's just see. I mean,
He's gonna be weird and like say it's in a lag regardless, but at least
don't know. Like, I don't.
that's what he
expect
said.
any.
He said he's gonna say 100% it's gonna lag, but
Uh,
we'll see. At least this is one step further.
little baby steps. We're getting there. All right. Well. Oh, I forgot to turn on cheats.
Oh, well, yeah, people have been doing that lately.
Yeah, they really want to see how it goes
Yeah.
with all units on the map.
hmm
What do you think, mate?
And this is like, well, it's up to the players. Just see what the players say.
Oh, yeah, I do see a slight lag there.
I mean, in every game, there's usually like
No.
slight lag the first like 5 seconds, but
Yeah.
like he's really just being stubborn. Alright, whatever, he's okay. Alright, I'll let you solo cast it. Go ahead, man.
No, mate. Don't leave me hanging here.
I don't even want to deal with I gotta go before I
Oh
I'll
my
leave, buddy.
God. All right, mate.
Man, it's such a great series too. Like this huge hype series, and it has to be solo cast. That's like such a disappointment, but but you're a good caster though, so it'll still be good to watch.
You're a better one.
Nah.
I was really excited when I saw your message coming up. Like, hey, I'll join you.
Yeah.
Well, I guess.
People
That's
are
how-
talking in Discord right now. Well, maybe wait a second, but I don't know. They claim lag, so at that point, I don't think there's a whole lot you can do.
Okay, I'll just give it a minute. Read some messages. Okay. Let's just try to negotiate with him, right? So, oh, they only made a spot for 3. I'll try to negotiate with him.
That's fine. If it was causing lag, like I'm fine with that. If a caster causes lag, then they definitely shouldn't be trying to cast in series. Like I agree with that 100%. And I mean, they didn't really give much time to test it, but they said it was laggy, so I can't really cast with you.
All right, mate.
All right, man. Enjoy it. I'm looking forward to watching this. This is gonna be a great series, so I'll let you get back to it.
All right. Thanks, mate.
All right. See you.
See ya. Well, well, you have all been able to follow the drama and the antics, and you are, sadly, sir, left with just me. Okay, okay, Goongoon. Oh, my stupid keyboard. Yep. Next map, LordRaphael is really on to point. Next map, Fertile Crescent. Let me do a quick peek. Well, we saw the map just a few seconds ago. 44k hunts and 28k in gold and 4 TPs with Duswat and Thuggies. Well, I do know one person, Sir Musket, who really does like his mercs, so I don't know. Thuggies on Fertile Crescent. I mean, big German, go for it. LordRaphael has locked in for France. Goongoon is going to counter with, I'd say, German. It's taking some time. Meanwhile, let's talk a bit about where these players come from. They're both German. I'm from Holland, so that is actually perhaps the reason why Goongoon was so insisting on having just one caster from nearby in Europe. Goongoon, of course, has already played one of his favorite civs, the Aztecs, and now has to probably switch to British, I think, which also is one of his better civs. And LordRaphael has shown himself to be fairly proficient in most civs. I watched a game yesterday, I think, between LordRaphael and Beautiful, I think. And or was it between Jurassic? In any case, LordRaphael is probably headed into the finals. Goongoon has locked in for the Dutch. The Dutch, my favorite civ. I can show off the correct pronunciations of Ruiter and Stadhouder, so that's always good. Let's take a quick look now. Don't know what he's aiming at. This could be the quickest series if it wasn't for that. LordRaphael has won the last match quite decisively, I would say. And so the first thing I need to do is, of course, to update the scores, which I'm going to do now. One 0 for LordRaphael. Alright. Let's take a look. 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, all the hunts are in place. Things are looking great. Goldmine a bit far off for red, but that's almost similar to blues. Now, the north side, we're having Goongoon as the red player, picking up 50 wood, and LordRaphael moving straight to the left sides of the map, because usually there are some good treasures spawning over there. Sadly so. Oh, and going straight for the trade post. I was actually going to mention sadly so, there's just a tiger here. But the other treasure in the north is quite good. Goongoon now going through the mid, and he's going to spot the 50 coin. 50 coin for Dutch, always a good treasure to go for. And 80 coin in his line of sight as well. The trade post going down immediately for LordRaphael is going to give him that extra XP boost, probably also helping him to get his first shipment in just a bit sooner. And so I'm just totally... Oh, some treasure contention. Yes, who's gonna get it? Oh, what? What the hell happened? Oh, that was a misclick probably. So sad. Oh my god. I think he must have clicked on the explorer instead of the treasure. Yeah, wasting your crack shot on that and then giving it to Goongoon. I mean, Goongoon is going to be awfully happy with that, I think. And this retribution in the end, killing Goongoon, yeah, well, I mean, it's nice, of course, 45 XP, but one would rather have the 80, 80 gold, of course. Need to do quickly something here. Let's see. Right. Good. So LordRaphael has found the 100 food I was talking about. That's quite good treasure, and Goongoon is still down. We do see that the trade post has enabled Goongoon, LordRaphael, to get his villager shipment 30 seconds sooner, 22 seconds sooner. That's quite significant. Meanwhile, I think Adrian Brunel will be recovered shortly now, and LordRaphael, with Goongoon still down, is going to pick up this really nice 80 wood treasure. Goongoon seems to have aged LordRaphael as well, and trying to get his bank up mid-aging, I think. And now he's going to pick up the 50 gold, which is a good treasure to have. LordRaphael has built a market, but has not researched hunting dogs yet, which is quite interesting actually. He's got more than enough wood. Makes you wonder, and I was exactly about to say that, makes you wonder if he's going for a full trade route play, and he is. One villager being sent to herd these hunts back, and that's quite important for Dutch, because so midway through, Dutch are really scrambling for food, and then at that time it's really important to have some hunts near your town at least. LordRaphael is doing quite a good job as well as herding these hunts back, but has not been able yet to herd the mid hunts back to his town center. Both players have aged. LordRaphael has the hunting dogs upgrade already, and Goongoon is probably just putting down his bank. And let's take a look. Put up a market, and I'm fully expecting a second bank to come up quite soon now. The native scout is going down, which is quite important because that would have enabled LordRaphael to see whether Goongoon is going for maybe a stables or for a 4-bank semi-FF perhaps. This envoy has great sight on what LordRaphael is doing at the moment, and he's building another house. Alright, but no military buildings yet. There's a stable in the mid, so LordRaphael is going to apply some pressure, but I would actually expect him to stay not really long in the second age, especially because he has these trade posts. Let's take a look at his deck. Well, definitely able to play a bit longer in second age than I thought. And another military building going down, so disregard what I just said. Second bank, third bank coming out for Goongoon. And Goongoon has a stable, and so is probably going to try to counter this short rush. One villager is probably going down here, and all these villagers being idle, that is a significant. That has about 100 food, 200 food lost. Last villager is quickly saved, but oh, that is so annoying when that villager pops out and you cannot bring it back in time. And 5 hussars are moving in to take care of this short raid. LordRaphael has sent 3 hussars, has gotten all the upgrades, and right now Goongoon and LordRaphael have both the same upgrades, but that was some pretty good play right there. But you see the mass of hussars coming in, and those 3 hussars are not going to be able to deal with it at the moment. Really do like the envoy helping in a bit, kicking in a few punches left and right. And even Minutemen being called, and Pikemen. The Pikemen are the correct answer for this hussar mass. And I think Goongoon is going to be able to stop this raid from doing any more damage. But that idling time was quite significant. All of his villagers had to be pulled in, and so this means that LordRaphael is perhaps slightly ahead. In military count definitely, in economic count not yet, but it might actually be the case that, don't know exactly, but LordRaphael seems to have a bigger economy than Goongoon at the moment. Goongoon's entire army of a mismatch of hussars, pikemen and minutemen moving out, trying to spot perhaps his FB, and completely going past LordRaphael's FB at the moment. Do like how far he's pushing in, trying to find a stray villager left or right. But sadly, sir, most of LordRaphael's villages are still very near to his town center. This entire mass of hussars is moving in right now. And Goongoon is quickly pulling back his army to deal with this, but we're talking about 13 hussars versus 9. Although the 8 pikemen can actually make a difference here. Really nice how Goongoon is keeping his villagers as long as possible on some hunts. But yeah, we do have some significant idling time left here. These expos are going to be caught out, and a few more hussars added to the mix. Pikemen are moving in, but there are quite a few expos now, and they will be able to take down all these pikemen, and Goongoon has resigned. Wow. Okay. I think Goongoon has recognized that he was a bit behind in army, at least. And yeah, I don't know exactly. Was it worth resigning? Not quite sure. Hast wieder heimlich geübt? Goongoon is asking LordRaphael if he has practiced this matchup.
Are you ready?
He did have more hussars than Goongoon, but I don't know, like EP Dutch is quite good actually. And yeah, the gathering problem, like being locked up in your town center, is indeed a problem, but it could have managed probably to last a bit longer at least. Goongoon is just saying, like, you know, he didn't have that much time to practice. He practiced a bit in mornings, and LordRaphael has been able to practice a bit longer. And Goongoon himself has been absent from the scene for quite some time, and it might just be that returning to this tournament and playing a few games left and right has made him realize that he's not fully prepared yet. But I do hope that he's going to be able to turn things around and make a difference here with the Sioux. And the Sioux on ESOC Florida are actually quite good. They have some trade pests, some really nice treasures, some treasures guardians that can be used. And the EP has boosted the Sioux quite a bit. So it might actually be entirely possible for Goongoon to make a change here. And LordRaphael has locked in as India, which is, to be honest, quite scary. Like, LordRaphael and India is actually, yeah, quite scary. That's a big deal. Alright, no. So here we have Goongoon to the north as the Sioux and LordRaphael to the south as India. India, one of the strongest civs right now. I would say that LordRaphael is just going to try to put probably a defensive agra here, trying to stave off all the raids from the Sioux player. Whereas Goongoon is just going to play really aggressively, trying to raid as many villagers down as he can. We have 4 trade posts and a...
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back.
and a little taunt. This is what I mean. Some really nice treasures for the Sioux player. Like, and also has converted 1 pirate. And a pirate has just a tremendous amount of damage. Like, HP. 360 HP. Can you imagine a unit? Having a unit with 368 HP in your army. This is 100 food. That is going to enable LordRaphael to age up so much sooner. And both players going for some eco upgrades over here. Sioux player going left and going to scout another nice treasure over here. But has skipped it and probably going for the scout. LordRaphael, meanwhile, oh, this is such a good treasure. I mean, I would take this as a Sioux player. And this one as well. Oh my god. Now, LordRaphael has scouted the 120 gold. Probably the Sioux player knows that there's another nice pirate treasure as well, but probably waiting for his convert ability to reload. And is going to pick up the 60 food. That's nice. And I think we're going to have a little treasure contention here. I think that's number 68.
You think so? Really?
And Goongoon has got it. Oh, it's really nice. And this is what I mean. Look, that free unit, the pirate, is just doing so much damage to that poor elephant. And, you know, the Sioux warrior is so much faster. And can just infinitely just body block that elephant. And that elephant is going out. But LordRaphael trying to opt for... Yeah, that's the right choice. Bit sneaky, but trying to opt to get himself killed by the treasure, just denying that 45 XP to the red player. Smart play. And I hope he's going to convert another pirate, and he is. Alright. This nasty scout has been badgering this elephant, but because the snare ability has been removed, the elephant survives to live another day. So now, 2 pirates, right? That's quite significant, having 2 pirates and probably 3 more, because that elephant is down for at least another minute. Now, Goongoon has already clicked in, is going up. And we have not a defensive Agra, but a fairly aggressive one actually in the middle. And Goongoon is moving his pirates to the north, and don't know exactly why. Has picked up a small treasure in the back of his town, putting down his trade posts, and has got 3 teepees, and he's probably going to herd these hunts towards his teepees, and it's going to have an incredible eco boosted from that. It's quite surprising that the Agra is not defensive. It's smack boom in the middle, giving LordRaphael some control over these hunts and at least this mine. And these 2 pirates are sat there waiting for this monk, and his Sioux hero is headed that way, converting the 3rd pirate. And I might just say, like, you know, having 3 pirates could actually deal with the sepoy rush which LordRaphael probably has in store for him. Now let's see what's going to happen over here. If he's going to get another 120 gold, this is impressive. And that's about... Oh, and another... the elephant is trying to sneak in. And oh my god. Oh my god. That was so annoying. But, okay. Goongoon has wisely chosen to back down. Consulate coming down here, so we're going to see a full India consulate rush over here. 2 more TPs being added. No stable yet, I think. And Goongoon has scouted the consulate right now. And a war hut instead of a stables. So these 3 pirates are going to augment the infantry army, and being able to body block at least the Sioux to protect these Seton bulls. So that's actually quite good. First sepoy is coming out, and his LordRaphael is sending his elephants in to try to find out what's going on. And, well, I'll tell you what's going on. Goongoon is playing quite defensively. 4 axe riders moving in, and they are going to kill these elephants quite easily. And look at the pirates moving in as well. Sepoys trying to kill off at least 1 axe rider, I think. Yeah, they are going to be able to do that. And the Seton bulls are pulling back as well. The elephant has used his stun ability on one of the pirates, but either way, those pirates were for free, so, you know, that's quite a good trade still for Goongoon. A lot of sepoys sieging down the war hut. The Seton bows will be able to block that for a little while, but as LordRaphael has allied with the British, we're going to see some musketeers soon popping out as well. A short little raid in the town center, and I think LordRaphael is going to lose 1 vill. He might. Nice body block from the Sioux war hero. 1 village going down. Oh, that's just 1 village going down and lost all his axe riders. Meanwhile, we're having the redcoats mixed in with the sepoys. And at the moment we're having 16 versus 17 plus 4 Sioux. And at this point, yeah, one would actually wonder whether it was a good decision to go raiding with the axe riders, because Goongoon needed those axe riders actually. The Seton bows are quite Well, Sioux have been dealing with the Seapoll Musketeers. But the Soas doing so much damage to the Seaton bows. And look, he only has 8 left, 19 Seapows still in play. And only now his war hero is returning. And Goongoon has aged. And so will probably be able to stabilize for just a bit longer, hopefully, to get one of his 3rd age shipments out. But is still lacking a shipment, so he's using his villagers to get some extra damage down on those Seapoys, but the Seapoys are so strong. I do have to say, I think the combination of the town center and the TPs and the war hero are going to enable Goongoon to stay alive just a bit longer. Do like it how those villagers are taking down the Seapoys quite effectively. 5 musket rider shipment coming out, and at the moment LordRaphael has resigned. That was great. I really liked how Goongoon made a stand over here with using his TPs and just battling it out with all the Seapoys there in the middle. But just if he had those axe riders, perhaps he would have been able to get rid of the Seapoys in his base a bit sooner. But it was perhaps the right choice for Goongoon to go H3, and LordRaphael has just said like, okay, whatever, this is not going to happen anymore. Let's quit. Yeah. Here we have a reverse of the first game, the Aztec game, where LordRaphael killed 10 more. Goongoon has actually been able to double down on that and killed 20 units more. A really nice game and quite even as well. Quite exciting. And Goongoon should feel really content about himself because he has done tremendously well there. This actually means that we have now a 2 versus 1 match, right? What's going on?
No.
Oh shit. Ah. Shit. I have to quickly give them the map.
Yes, yes, yes. Yes. Yes.
Well, welcome back. I've given the maps as far as I had them. It seems to be that the Thar Desert doesn't have a 2.2c version. Yeah, thinking about last game, I think I will spank you. Will be really happy to see. Oh wait. Oh wait. I will spank you has actually offered a €50 prize added as a bonus for every player that wins a Sioux game in the tournament. So Goongoon has won €50 now.
Yes.
That's quite good. Well, so Thar Desert, we're having India versus Dutch. Well, if anyone still remembers my first cast, during which I mentioned something about herding, yeah, terribly sorry for the assumptions that I made, but I still stand by the fact that I think that on this map it is quite necessary for at least the Dutch player to get all these hunts back herded into his town. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, he does have all his hunts, but in a bit weird spot. These ones are a bit far off. Well, seems to be okay. So that should be okay. Now, this is what I'm talking about. Both players going to the north and the south side probably, looking for those 80 wood threshers. But look, do you see that? That's 2,000 food sitting right there. That should be herded back to his town. Goongoon has, LordRaphael has quite a nice herd also in front of his town. And Goongoon has one quite near, and he should be herding this one back to his town as soon as possible, I would say, before they wander off. Meanwhile, LordRaphael is going to pick up 85 wood, using his crack shot to get the last tiger down. And this treasure Yeah, it's actually quite good. It does make a difference if you ever had this treasure. It does make a noticeable difference in the training time of the cavalry. We have a few more treasures over here. I don't know whether they have. Yeah, Goongoon must have scouted this one, but is going for the easiest at the moment. And those are those ginkgo leaves. LordRaphael going to meet Goongoon over here, taking a shot at him. And I don't know why. I think, yeah, the elephant can take it. I don't think so actually. But he has at least spotted the elephants, the gold mine, etc. Elephant moving back. And LordRaphael might be... Yeah, he's going to spot this treasure. That is just so... so mean. That was probably the treasure that Goongoon was hoping on getting a bit later. Goongoon is now involved in getting a 60 food, but LordRaphael is probably going to take the 80 wood on the bottom of the map as well, and that would mean that he has gotten all of the wood treasures. Goongoon now. Going to click in.
Hey, can you update the score? Sorry.
Hey, mate.
Hey, can you update the score really quick?
Oh, yeah. Good.
Alright, thank you.
Putting down a fairly defensive Agra, which has already been spotted by LordRaphael, and LordRaphael is going to age quite soon now. Putting down his first bank, even before he is aged, and has herded, just what I said, has herded the hunts right back to his town center, and this I like as well. Let's use Fenny.
This I like a lot. This I like a lot.
You know, herding back those hunts back to your town center, that's so significant. That's really important. For the India player, not so much, because he's going to do some aggressive play, has going to have some map control. But for the Dutch player, this is incredibly important to get those elephants near here to his town center. Let's see, second bank coming up for LordRaphael. And he's also going to pick up the last wood treasure. So that means he's gotten about 250 wood just in treasures alone. That's almost a bank. Putting down his market. And Goongoon is getting his market upgrades, like the comprehensive one of all the resources. That's a really nice one as well. And has herded the hunts that were to the right of his turn also back. So both players are doing a really good job at herding back the hunts. And the third bank going down for LordRaphael. I really do like this build order, this how all his buildings are blocking any entrance from the front, really securing the hunt gathering very near to his town. And this is just so beautifully done. Look at all those hunts positioned just so close to his town center. Any attack that might be oncoming from the India player will not be able to penetrate this. We do see a little slip here with the hunts moving all the way back to the right, but the elephants here are inching ever closer to the town center. So at the moment, LordRaphael is fairly well set to go to the third age, I think. Sadly, so this wild elephant is, yeah, it's being sacrificed really. All those lovely resources going to waste, but you know, that's how it goes. Sepoys from the fort, upgrade coming in. I would be really interested to see. What his next card is going to be. Like, he's gotten all the market upgrades. So he's going for eco heavy build. And we're not seeing any seapoys yet. 5 skirms now ready for LordRaphael, and he's probably just expecting at least a few seapoys, like 8 or 9, but there aren't any. Surprisingly so. Goongoon is doing a really good job at scouting out these hunts, trying to find if there's a village over here. But LordRaphael is playing very defensively, turtling up as much as he can. And he's not even allowing for one villager to be killed off, because he's herded these elephants all the way back to his town. Now we have 3 Gurkhas with 2 seapoys and an envoy trying to scout out what the hell is going on, and seeing how many market upgrades Goongoon has. I don't know if I should say it, because perhaps maybe LordRaphael is listening to it and in 2 minutes he'll know what's going to happen. That might be the time Goongoon is aiming at. Willem de Ruiter. Ruiter. Willem de Ruiter, so the horseman actually. Willem the horseman has sadly perished due to the onslaught of the Indians. But both players now, LordRaphael has aged up to the 3rd age, and that was actually what I was going to say. I was actually thinking that either one of these players are going for an FF build, and LordRaphael has gone for a semi-FF. 2 double ranks, 1 stable, so we're going to see Skirm Ruiter mix. Has got 4 banks, providing her with enough gold to support that. And Goongoon has invested a bit in a 2nd age army. And I was actually thinking that he was going for an Urimi FF as well. But he is still a bit off for reaching the 3rd age. 3 hussars from the Ottoman consulate, and he's going to go to where the hunts are, thinking probably that there are some villages over there. But LordRaphael is sadly hunting somewhere completely differently. More Sawars coming in, and Goongoon has indeed opted to stay in the 2nd age, whereas LordRaphael is sending his router in just to see whether he can get a villager, or perhaps he's going to be in line of sight. 1 villager at least should go down now, and second stable going down as well. 5 routers moving in, 1 villager going down, 1 Sawar being killed, the 2nd villager, and all these musks are moving in as well, getting 1 Gurkha down, and a 2nd Gurkha. I think this went pretty well for Goongoon. Some idling time, 2 villagers being killed, lost only 2 Gurkha. I mean, yeah, I'll take that trade. More Sawars added to the mess, and more Gurkhas. And Goongoon is fully committed to the 2nd age play, not ready yet to go to 3rd age, whereas LordRaphael is simply just hunting continuously, unbothered actually. And so Goongoon has checked the northern hunt and seems to be headed to the southern hunts, right? He is. LordRaphael is not aware of this fact at the moment. Sees them now probably. Going to intercept these Gurkhas, and these Gurkhas are going to be caught out so... oh my god. In the wrong spot. Because the Hussars had to be in front of the Gurkhas to protect them. So we're just attacking the Reiters and the Hussars. Gurkhas focusing on the Reiters, and the Sowars mixed with the Ottoman Hussars are going to be able to kill off most of the Hussars. And the Minutemen being called as well. One stray villager helping out, and all these Sowars and all these... look at that! The Sowars are just ripping through those skirmishes. 4 more Hussars, 5 more Hussars trying to save the last few skirmishes, but this looks decisively in favor of Goongoon, and Goongoon just ripping through the entire army mass of LordRaphael, and LordRaphael at this moment has got only 4 musketeers. Willem de Ruiter trying to bravely defend against this onslaught, but look, more Hussars, but still the mass of Goongoon is just so much larger, and all these Gurkhas just safely shooting at those Hussars. This is a cart shipment of 9 Hussars, 9 Reiters, I believe. And yeah, I don't know. These Gurkhas now suddenly seem to be caught out a bit dangerously, and the Sowars should go back, try to defend against this, and the Redcoats, yeah, they were just a tad too late to save most of the Gurkhas, but luckily Goongoon has added a few more Gurkhas to his mass, and right now we're seeing around 8 Sowars, enough Gurkhas to make sure that LordRaphael is in grave danger here. Like, if this army finds its villagers hunting in the bottom here with that mine, that would be GG. 3 Hussars trying to go for a raid, but I think they're going to be spotted by the Sowars, and they are. And the Sowars are going to deal with this. So there's no danger in there for LordRaphael. Another raid to the north, and these 2 poor villagers are not going to be able to make it, I'm afraid. Goongoon still fully committed to the Second Age. Added more Gurkha to the mix. Well, why doesn't it update it on its own? Has sent all the camel carts. So his camels are just now so powerful at the moment. And his mass is just impressive. Let's take a look. Yeah, 19 Zamburaks versus 9 Reiters. I don't know, I'm thinking Goongoon can totally take this. Skirmish is trying to run away from this massive army moving towards them. And these Zamburaks moving away, trying to avoid the skirmisher fire. Sawa's moving in, getting a few kills down. And trying to connect with the skirmishers. Gurkhas shooting at those ass. All these villagers are going to go down as well. And the Sawas now focusing on the skirmishers, the Gurkhas and the Zamburaks on the Reiters. And at the moment it is unclear who's going to come ahead of this game. Oh, that was just so nice. Did you see those 3 Reiters going down? Reiters now are very low on HP. More Gurkhas added. I'm seeing 27 Gurkhas versus 18 skirmishers, 18 Zamburaks versus 12 Reiters. And this still looks heavily favored for Goongoon. $600 gold added for Goongoon. And LordRaphael has been able to stabilize for at least a short while, but as soon as Goongoon is going to be able to age, this tech difference is not going to be enough anymore. LordRaphael is trying to push out, trying to pick off one Gurkha, but look at the entire skirmisher mass trying to shoot one Gurkha and it survived. More so as this Zamburak mass is now quite scary actually, especially because LordRaphael hasn't got any Azars left. It's just got riders and skirmishers. And just the military population is just, the disparity is just so huge. It's just increasing ever more. More riders trying to augment the army, but these Sowars are just so strong right now. If the elephants have awoken, if they can snare these skirmishers, this is just going to be so terrible for LordRaphael. Oh my god. Now the entire army of Goongoon is moving in. Zamburaks shooting their direct counter. Tiger claws were sent as well. And that was just the finishing blow. Really nice done. It did look for a while in favor of LordRaphael, but Goongoon stayed in H2. Look at these villagers sharing one hunt. Stayed in H2 and just kept on massing and massing more and more and more army. And in the end, even though I think Gurkhas are second age Gurkhas, 16 attack, 18, yeah. They're fairly the same, yeah, as long as you have more of them. Oh, wrong one. Let's take a look at the post game. We see that Goongoon has slightly gathered a bit more resources, but just had so much more units and so many more units killed, and around 30 more. And here we see the idling time, I think, right? Yeah, villages being lost, more villages as well. And this is where LordRaphael had to idle all his villages because Goongoon just pushed in so heavily, and this might have been the difference really. Well, really nicely done by Goongoon. Quite surprising as well. I was actually thinking that Dutch EP Dodge is just quite strong. But there we go. It proves that India needs a Sepoy buff, Sepoy nerf. Was that what Beautiful said? Especially the Tiger Claws. I mean, yeah. Once they popped up and connected with the routers, my god, that was just over. So it's turning out to be quite an exciting series. The first game, I actually thought that Goongoon perhaps might have resigned a bit too early, and the second game as well. But he has shown himself to be an equal match for LordRaphael, arguably one of the stronger players in this tournament, and has done just fantastically. The last game, that was some awesome India play. Let's not forget the Sioux game as well. That was really good as well. Don't know how these players do it. After that game, I'm actually in need of a break myself. But let's see what they say. Alaska. Yeah, quite a nice map, very even. Allows for some water play. But we don't see that many, actually. On that map, I would go British. Like, just being able to have that choice, right? Like, if things go sour on the land, you can just opt to build a dock and then do some water play.
Yes.
So, welcome everyone again.
Give you anxiety, said that he was actually quite looking forward to this matchup. And he is absolutely right. Both players have shown themselves to be equally matched. And I'm currently just trying to find where they are different. Like, they play both so well. And I think the only differences in the end results are just down to minute decisions being made during the game. Little off chances of getting a treasure here or losing a unit left and right there. I mean, I am sitting here watching it evolve like that, and all my presumptions about who's going to win, who's having the stronger civ, just smashed to bits by both players. I mean, I'm so amazed. The first game when Goongoon was playing Aztec and he had that composition of like the Masahualtin and the Coyotes and the Pumas, I was actually thinking, yeah, that is the better choice, really. But then LordRaphael won with his immense Coyote mass. And then the second game. What? I said Alaska. And the second game was also quite sad to see, like how quickly he gave up. But then that epic stand in his town center, surrounded by all his teepees, his villagers doing some impressive damage there, right? I mean, I should have actually checked how much HP those villagers had, but wow, they just massacred those sepoys. And even with the absence of the axe riders, he just managed to stand there and fight it off. And now this game, where he stayed in H2 for so long, and I was thinking like, mate, you're staying in H2 far too long, you need to age up. And he didn't. And he just kept on adding more and more and more units. And it reminded me of a game I saw being played between Beautiful and someone else. And Beautiful also stayed in H2 for the entirety of the game. Just adding more and more Zamburaks. And was it Jurassic, I think? Jurassic made Mercs. And I was watching that game and I was thinking like, mate, you really need to age up. But he didn't. And I think actually Beautiful won as well. I might have fallen asleep, so I don't fully remember anymore. But it goes to show that India is fully capable of staying in H2 and coming ahead at the end.
Yes.
So, Goongoon has chosen Japan.
Yes.
No, he's going to reconsider. I don't know. Like, I think Japan is actually quite good. We have our resident streamer, Mr. Gibson, who played Japan for a very long time in 1 versus 1, and it was quite enjoyable to see Gibson or Well High play Japan all the time, because he just kept on winning. like game after game after game, he kept on winning. Goongoon is going for India again, and he's saying that he wanted to play Japan. The trouble with Japan might be that they're very strong late game, but it just takes them a bit of time to gear up, and he's just probably just afraid that LordRaphael is going to pick but I Will Spank You is not interested in Japan. He's going to pick a Rush Shift and probably win that game then. LordRaphael is now thinking about what he should pick versus India. Call me crazy, call me silly. Well, probably call me crazy then, but I would have gone Dutch, yeah, on EP or port, yeah. But whatever, both picking India. So we're going to see an India mirror. Well, let's ask my imaginary co-caster, what do you think of that? And he's going to say, well, an India mirror is probably going to end up in just some heavy Sepoy Gurkha play with a few Soas mixed in. And it's just going to end up into who's going to be able to go H3 faster. So this is my prediction for the game. Who is going to age up faster than the other? But I might be completely wrong, because we have seen Goongoon play H2 for a very long time and won. No, Alaska. Offers both land and some sea play, but I'm not expecting any water play really. Both players probably going to go for a defensive Agra and just trying to contain as many problems as they arise, and trying to age up as soon as they can, so they can have access to the really good third age cards that India has. No trade posts available, and so this is just going to be like some brutal head-to-head gaming. LordRaphael is in the south, north, and Goongoon is in the south. We have some... Ooh. Wow, some really nice treasures. And Goongoon is going to pick up the first wood treasure. And these wood treasures are so massively important for India, because in the first few seconds of the game, you're so strapped for wood. One house going down for Goongoon. And at the same time for LordRaphael. That's quite interesting. We see a disparity between LordRaphael and Goongoon. LordRaphael is having 6 villages on wood, whereas Goongoon is having 4 on wood. And just going to be really interesting to see like who's going to be able to send the wood trickle card the soonest. And if you have this treasure, you're going to be so much faster. A lot of nice wood treasures still left, especially this one, as it's just massive. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, yeah, looks very even on this map. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
You think so? Really?
Oh, and oh, who's going to get it? Oh, this is so funny. And Goongoon has taken it. A cheeky blue elephant just stood there and took it. Has got the first shipment down now. LordRaphael is of course not going to be happy with that. But that was just down to gameplay, I think, because there's hardly any lag between the three of us. The wonder for Goongoon going down already at this point, and LordRaphael is still 150 foot off. We're seeing the villager going forward for him. And so he's going to go for an aggressive one, whereas Goongoon is probably going for a defensive one. Yep.
They score. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, mate. Yeah, I've updated the squad, yes. And here we see the difference between LordRaphael and Goongoon. 50 seconds difference between the cards, and that's going to mean just a bit more wood for Goongoon. Yeah, we see some elephants being chased around the map. What I'm interested in is who's going to age up faster. And I'm thinking Goongoon is going to be able to age up faster. And he is one villager ahead. Now they have equaled up. Goongoon has sent civil servants. Nice to know what it's called. Has aged up now. And LordRaphael is a few seconds behind. Now, LordRaphael is going to pick up this really nice treasure over here, so economically they're going to be really even, I think. Slightly ahead actually for LordRaphael after the treasure. This village is going to herd these moose back to his fort, and that's going to give him quite a lot of map control, I think. The market here placement is very nice as well, protecting this mine and giving some line of sight of what is incoming. Picked up the 110 wood. I didn't want to say how much it was in the off chance that they are listening to it, because I have noticed that sometimes I go excitedly tell people what kind of treasure it is, and then 2 minutes later you see an elephant indeed walking towards that direction. But that was just a massive boost to an Indian economy, of course. Elephants trying to scout out what's going on. There's at least a consulate going down. 6 seaports. And Goongoon has sent diplomatic intrigue, which gives you 300 export extra. And LordRaphael hasn't put his consulate up yet. Does have now imperial bureaucracy, which is added 10% extra gathering rate to all his resources, which is just really nice to have. Whereas Goongoon has opted to go for the consulate and for the Ottomans. The Ottomans have a really nice villagers shipment, but he's probably going to go for the 3 hussars, and there they are, the 3 gardeners. So now we're having Goongoon with quite an impressive army mass, and he's just looking around, scouting, trying to see what's coming for him, but literally not much. And army difference is 10 to 18. Yeah, 8 Gurkhans versus 5. And yeah, the hussars can make a difference if they can connect to the Gurkhas. But without the hussars, I would say that LordRaphael's army was, no longer, but was better suited at dealing with the upcoming battle. But we're having 4 Sawas added, and Goongoon is moving in. 1 hussar, did you see it? 1 hussar scouting ahead of the rest of the army. He is trying to find where the Gurkhas are, and LordRaphael is pulling his entire army back. And he is adding stables as well. One elephant going down. And he's just desperately trying to finish the stable, but he's not allowed to. Sending in his irregulars, Minutemen from the Ottoman consulate. And right now, LordRaphael has power spiked a bit, so Goongoon needs to retreat. The Agra fort getting some damage down on the Sioux. The Agra fort does look impressive, but it often just kind of misses units and just does very little damage. Now we're having LordRaphael with 12 Gurkhas and some negligible army. 3 gardeners now added to the mix, but still a bit far behind Goongoon. And might this be a sign of the upcoming end result of the battle between these two giants? Because Goongoon has again added more army than LordRaphael at the moment. Goongoon now trying to decide this battle definitively, moving in his Gurkhas, followed by his Soas and gardeners, and a few of the seaports. Yes, villagers just in time saved. And we see Goongoon focus firing on the gardeners. One gardener going down. This battle between Soas and Gurkhas, because 3 more Soas were added and villagers are moving in the mix as well. Under the TC fire, Goongoon has to retreat. And these Soas are doing so much damage to the Gurkhas. 4 more Soas just in the mix. A gardener killing another Gurkha. 2 more. 3rd one going down. The 4th one. The rest of the Gurkha mass trying to get the 5th one down. The 6th is going down. The 7th. The 8th, the 9th. The entire Gurkha mass of Goongoon has sadly perished. That, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know exactly how it happened. That was just totally unexpected, for me at least. We're seeing an impressive army difference between Goongoon and LordRaphael. Whereas before the fight, Goongoon had a lot more units than LordRaphael, especially when you discount the fact that he had so many 1 hit point irregulars and Minutemen mixed in. But this battle that ensued on the town center fire, with the villagers mixed in, it just proved to be so good for LordRaphael. I mean, both players have impressive micro, but I don't know how it happened, but we have all witnessed, I would not say a miracle, but just a decisive victory for LordRaphael. And for all of us that might have just attacked moved that battle. Yeah. What a difference. Goongoon meanwhile has chosen to revive his army, added some redcoats, some buraks, soas, probably has sent camel attack, which is a good card, 20% extra, right? But because LordRaphael has the same card, it's not going to make that much difference at the moment. We do see quite a difference in the infantry. 25 Gurkhas. And so this is just all going to be coming down to, can these Somas find a few stray villages, dampening the eco of LordRaphael? Or can they connect with the Gurkha mass and make a difference there? Right now we see a lot of Soas with some difficult pathing going on. Elephant being taken down. And LordRaphael has aged to the 3rd age. Soas trying to connect with the Gurkhas, and now they have Gurkhas running away. The some buraks were dealing with a few of these elephants, and we have one Mahout moving in. The some buraks focus firing on the Mahout. Redcoats in melee mode, taking down this tremendous Mahout, and we still have enough Soars left, enough camels, killing the rest of the some of the Gurkhas and the villagers, and LordRaphael has resigned. That was just really nice to see. This game went back and forth. One battle decisively won by LordRaphael, and then this last and the final one won by Goongoon. And again, Goongoon stayed in H2 and managed to deal with the army of LordRaphael. Yeah, 30 army difference and more kills. Yeah, this is where the battle took place, and that was where LordRaphael was getting all his eco, and he was losing all those villages probably at that time. And you see, like, this is so incomprehensible. You see that Goongoon had 0 units left, and LordRaphael felt fairly confident in just aging up to the 3rd age, which he did. And Goongoon just recovered and came back and smashed the entire army of LordRaphael, and especially, most importantly, I think, right in the area where LordRaphael was getting his resources from, and he lost his villages there. 26 versus 42. Really nice game for Goongoon. So we're having now a 2-3. It's very even. Well, people, might it just be today, might it just be me, but once again I have to say, I don't know how these two players do it, but I'm just beat watching it. Like, imagine having to play it. And I think one of them is taking a break at the moment. So let's take a quick look then at what's going to be the next map. ESOC Tibet. Tibet has a center which is elevated, which has a few hunts and surrounded by a trade post. Quite interestingly, EagleMod told me during a cast that the trade post is divided in two. So if you upgrade one side of the trade post, it does not affect the other side of the trade post. And there was this game where a Spanish player actually had trade posts on both lines, and ever since the next game, I believe, he changed that. Like, he realized that there's two lines, and he placed all his trade posts on one line and upgraded it to stagecoach on that end. I think more than 6 TPs there. So yeah, I would totally go for Spain on that map. But China has been a really good option as well. China arguably one of the strongest shifts anyways. And yeah, those villages, you know, they give you so much map control, some safe herding and safe hunting wherever you want to. And that's basically what I'm expecting to see. Okay. And Goongoon, Team Goongoon. Oh. LordRaphael seems to have logged off, maybe rebooting his computer. This means actually that perhaps we're having a break. Oh, there he is. I'll be right back.
Yes.
Sioux. My. So we're treated to another Sioux play by Goongoon, which is, if he's going to win this, I'm going to add another 50 euros to his bonus, versus Aztec from LordRaphael. LordRaphael has been practicing the Aztecs, and it's quite interesting to see these two native civs battling out together on Alaska. Enough trade post for the Sioux player. Oh, wrong map. It should be on Tibet, right? Oh, I could have changed the score. Yep.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back.
Thank you, Inter, for doing the intro. We're having Goongoon to the south as the Sioux and LordRaphael as Aztecs to the north. And we might be able to use number 44.
Controversial 5 trading post route.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's ridiculous. You need a lot more than that.
There we go. Could be. Today, it could be the day for 5 trading posts. Let's take a look. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Ah, looks quite okay. 1, 2, 3. Don't exactly know. Seems to be that 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, let's just go ahead with it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Yep. Yeah. Goldman's okay. Hunt's okay. Now, LordRaphael has already picked up 4 of the yaks for cows. I'm just going to call them, which is really nice as well. And the Sioux player is going to be able to get a lot more than that, probably just because his explorer is so much faster. This snow leopard is scouting out a few more of them, but LordRaphael has found 4 already. Both players using their converted heroes to find as many yaks as they can. Sioux player picking up 30 coin over here, and let me see here. Actually, uh, being the tournament caster, I'm just going to make that decision and go out. I mean, it's only like 1 minute into the game. I mean. Um, it would be really funny. If they actually stayed in the game and played without us. But I do have my answer, and here it is. Put it in the chat. Thank you, Chrissy. Right, a bit of a drama, but I will actually stand by the fact that I would not want to play or win a game when my opponent says like, I'm sorry, I picked the wrong deck, a C deck, right? Can happen to the best of us. Has happened to me as well. And especially when the stakes are high and you're sat there with your C deck and you're desperately wishing to be able to send 700 coin or another unit shipment, and you can't because you have boats in your deck, then yeah, I mean, that's a bit unfair. It is his mistake, but I think it's better this way.
Yes.
Well, Goongoon has reappeared. Hopefully he can join. For whoever is interested, I just made that decision sincerely. One might actually remember the last rehost as well. And if you know me as hosting games, I prefer to play random, even though there are a mixed match of majors and master sergeants mixed in the same game. Basically because one, I want to avoid any drama of like trying to pick teams or teaming up with the best or the worst. But also, random is probably one of the fairest ways you can play. Like, the host seems to get a lot of the low ranking players for some reason, but generally speaking, I would say it is fair. And yeah, if somebody would say like, oh, I chose a wrong deck, or I did this, some people even end up deleting their own town center, for instance, and then I would say, okay, yeah, let's just play again. It is before the 2-minute mark, so let's hope that Goongoon can find it in his heart to rejoin. I mean, there wasn't much lost really. From where I was stood, I could say that aside from the deck, I would say that LordRaphael had more yaks and was just slightly ahead of Goongoon. Yeah, I guess let's just play some Age of Empires 3 music then.
Yes.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, after some delay, and I shall leave it up to you all to decide whether it was necessary or unnecessary delay, we have got our game. At this point, I think it's actually three. 2 or 4-2? So we're having Tibet, we're having Goongoon still as the Sioux, and LordRaphael as the Aztecs. Start game with the same deck. That's quite funny. Right, now, as I said, whether it was necessary or unnecessary, we have done it, we have made that decision to come. And we're going to play. We're having LordRaphael and Goongoon on Tibet. Let's not forget that Goongoon won the last game, and so this is do or die time for LordRaphael. Not quite sure, I have to count. But let me put this back. I'm a bit confused myself now. Now we're having 1, 2, 3 Huns, 1, 2, 3. Huns seem to be fair now. Mines as well, 1, 2, and 3. Yep. So Gaia can rest assured that his map is working tremendously well. Now Goongoon is going to see this really nice 80 wood treasure, but the Aztec hero is also going to scout it, picking up 2 yaks. And so right from the get-go, Goongoon is slightly ahead economically because of the yaks. LordRaphael is going to try to pick up this 80 wood just in time. Oh, is he going to lose it? No, just in time, luckily. This is another misclick which happened before as well. Remember when he lost that wood treasure? These yaks are moving in back to his town center, which is really good. Sioux needs a lot of food, so it's going to be really helpful. Both players now having scouted the east side, the west side of the map, but not yet the west side. And the Sioux player can probably pick up a few more of these yaks, whereas the Aztec is moving towards a 35 coin treasure, which is quite a shame actually. If we had gone down a bit down, he would have picked up this 80 wood treasure, this 90 wood treasure as well. Instead, Goongoon is going to take it probably. One yak picked up by LordRaphael. And we're seeing some pretty basic setup here. Fire pit, a few TPs going up. And let's take a look at the Sioux villager itch points now. 150. And Goongoon is going to pick up 40 XP, whereas LordRaphael is just walking down the bottom of the map. Not really doing much really for his eco. Has only picked up one yak. Goongoon now, currently at 6, is going to pick up one small wood treasure over here. 40 wood. But compared to Goongoon, who has gotten the 80 wood, yeah, looks quite nice for Goongoon at the moment. Also going to get the 75 wood food, which is going to help him a bit when he ages up. Now let's see. Oh, Lord is doing the fast one, and Goongoon is doing the wood one, so the 400 wood. Now, LordRaphael has aged, is building a forward base, but is spotted by the tigers of Goongoon. So Goongoon knows that whereas whilst he's building the trade post, that there's going to be an Aztec rush coming up. Yeah. War chiefs both saw each other but didn't have any battle at the moment. 400 wood being picked up by Goongoon has added 2 more TPs and probably another war hut. Yeah, and we might be going to see the same type of gameplay we saw just before. Some bows, some axes, and yeah. Let's see if LordRaphael is going to opt for the pumas or the coyotes. One house being built, 80 food coming up, pumas coming out as the first shipment, as the first units. Let's take a quick look at the deck. Good. Some Masahaltin, some axes, and 3 bears. Okay, let's see what the bears are going to do. Goongoon now. Building his second trade post, which is quite interesting, on the other line, trade post line. And so Aztec is going to take down the first trade post. And it might be quite possible that the first batch of bows will move in, trying to protect as much what can be left of the trade post. Not inside yet of the pumas. Now they are, and he's moving back. 1 puma going down. A 10 Masuhaltin card is moving in, trying to deal with the Sitan bows. And again, villagers moving in, trying to not soak up any damage, literally attack the Masuhaltin, and 1 Masuhaltin is going down. The trade post is dealt with. And so we're having around 10 pumas and around 8 Masuhaltin left versus 9 Sitan bows. Stable being added for Goongoon and 4 Axe Riders coming out for Goongoon. 5 Coyotes added for LordRaphael, and the Axe Riders are moving in for a raid, and if they happen to find that one lonely villager, and they are, he is directly moving to that one village over here, and that village is going down. Meanwhile, LordRaphael is probably too busy with this battle here, getting down one TP. And Seaton Bow has 133 HP versus 80 of a Master Hunting. That is quite significant. Another TP going down. Seaton Bow has lost. That one Seaton Bow had 146 HP, and that looks just like impossible to move into. Here he had 126 and here he had 146 versus 80 of a Master Holton. And yeah, Goongoon has quite comfortably been able to deal with the first Aztec rush. That's the first wave. Probably going to expect a second one moving into the town of LordRaphael, but not being able to get one villager. One X-Rider dangerously low, and it's probably going to lose HP. Oh, he's been able to save it. 600 wood coming in for LordRaphael at the infamous forward base card shipments, of course. Can happen to the best of us. So he has to task one village over here to get the 600 wood. Meanwhile, the entire army of LordRaphael is trying to chase away these 4 axe riders. And Goongoon has currently got 3 more axes, a lot of Seaton bows, trying to stay there defending his town. And meanwhile, do not think that LordRaphael has added any more significant army. Just a few more coyotes. 5 added, and they are not going to be able to do anything significant here because this base of Goongoon is built so well and it's just comfortably just gathering resources there. Now we're having 27 Seaton bows moving in to the place where LordRaphael is gathering. All the pumas who have moved in to protect the Master Hunting are going down. Village is going down as well. Coyotes just a tad too late to the mix to at least protect the Master Hunting. 6 pumas being sent. Maybe they can help deal with the X-Riders. These coyotes are doing quite some work on this Seaton bows. 4 axe riders left. Now they're just again a sort of replay of the previous game. Coyotes versus Goongoon. And the last 2 axe riders are trying to flee away, being chased by the coyotes. And this actually goes to show that these coyotes are really good at dealing at the units that the Sioux player can bring into the game. No. We have a few Seaton bows trying to deal with the coyotes over here. And the axe riders now have 402 hit points. Villagers moving in, trying to kill off a few of the coyotes. And Goongoon has aged. Oh, sorry, not aged yet, but has put in a few bow riders. Which is what I would say standard for Sioux to play, bow riders. And switching from Seaton bows to bow riders is perhaps the right choice for Goongoon. Bow riders now moving to the north and probably trying to find a few villages to raid. But Goongoon is unaware of the fact that most of his villagers of LordRaphael are at this front page. These bow riders are not going to find anything significant over there, and these coyotes, on the other hand, might actually pick off these two villagers. I'm still so amazed by how much HP these teepees give. Now, as I said, two villagers going down, one yak being picked up by the stray bow rider, 5 or 10 Master Halton trying to kill off the bow riders, and he's also pulling back his coyotes. Now the bow riders are the direct counter of the coyotes, so he does need to have the Master Halton supporting those coyotes. See them both moving in to where the coyotes previously were. But both armies have missed each other. Resource wise, yeah, I'm basically just seeing both players just adding more and more army, not preparing to age up as the previous game. And so here we see Goongoon moving out. Most of his resources around his town center are almost depleted, and he's taking his entire army of quite impressive 13 bow riders for access to LordRaphael's town. And we might see LordRaphael's reaction in a few seconds by moving his entire army back. All his villagers going down. The 3 warrior priests that were sent, hopefully he can save them, and he does. And let's see his reaction. He's keeping his army at this front base, just allowing his town center fire to deal with that, and the coyotes are dealing with these villagers. Few bow riders coming in to deal with the coyote raid, and yeah, these coyotes are going to go down very quickly. Now we're seeing a fairly equal economic unit population, but slight difference in military units for Goongoon. And so also a few idle villages over here. So a lot of pumas and a few Master Halton, and they are going to see each other, and these villagers are pulling back, and these Master Halton are focus firing on the bow rider. Puma's moving in to deal with the axe, but the axe riders are split in 2 armies. Villagers trying to deal with the army as well, and here we see the strength of the Sioux riders. Look at the bow riders, just absolutely massacring the army of LordRaphael, and this is definitely 4-2 for LordRaphael, and Goongoon has taken this series now. Well done by Goongoon. Killed more than 120 units, and I think it was the right decision for him to make that switch to bow riders and axe. And in the end, even though the eco was fairly similar, just the difference between the Master Halton and the pumas versus the bow riders. The bow riders is just such a strong unit. It's not much what LordRaphael actually could bring into the foray with that. And so, Goongoon has won this series. Congratulations for Goongoon. And yeah, there are quite a few people watching, so I could ask Haza.